SmackDown was in Memphis, Tennessee tonight, and you started the show off with Daniel Bryan and The Miz backstage, and I don't really care. I kind of missed what they said. Didn't really care anymore because I don't care what they're doing with The Miz. I just want to see Daniel Bryan face The Fiend, but I'm afraid what's going to happen is The Miz is going to cost Daniel Bryan the match at the Royal Rumble. That's what I think is probably going to happen. Anyway, we go to the SmackDown opening, which is still a really good opening, I have to say. It's really good. I like it still. We've seen it for a few months, but I still think it holds up. You have Sasha Banks and Bayley come out to start the show, and what you have is they cut a promo. Bayley says, we all made it to 2020, and you have been thinking about your resolutions, but we know you aren't going to follow through with any of them, which is true. She's making fun of everyone. Everyone says they're going to lose weight, and then they quit it after a week. Bayley says change is tough and you are not able to make a positive change in your pathetic lives. Bayley says they took a look in the mirror and they made changes. Bayley is the champion and Sasha is the standard. And then you have Lacey Evans, and all of a sudden Lacey Evans comes out and she accuses them of can't keep her daughter's name out of their mouths, but they never even said anything about her daughter. It didn't make any sense. She says that she has fought this entire time and she is here to make a positive example, even when she was sneak attacking Becky Lynch, sucker punching her out of nowhere. That's a positive example, right? It makes her sick that you were using a 7-year-old to get to her, but they never mentioned Lacey's daughter. You have gone to her, and it's her New Year's resolution to show her baby and entire universe that the bad guys can be beaten despite the cards being stacked against you. And her and Dana Brooke comes to the ring, enter the second team of the triple threat tag team match. And then the third team is Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Alexa makes her way out to the ring with Nikki. Alexa says, you want to tear each other apart, and they see the issues between the four. And Alexa wonders if they belong in a match, and they ponder, but Nikki says they do belong in a match if they want to get their tag team titles back. So I don't think this is a number one contenders match. You never say that, but I assume it is. Anyway, triple threat tag team match opening up the show, the first match on the WWE main roster in 2020, and the first overall match. I don't think NXT had a match. So the first WWE match of the decade, first match of the entire decade. You have Sasha Banks and Bayley against Dana Brooke and Lacey Evans against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. So you start off with Lacey Evans and Sasha Banks. Sasha kind of runs away. She tags in Nikki. Nikki and Lacey go at it, and then Alexa tags in and she faces Dana. Then Dana and Alexa go at it, and then of course Bayley comes into the match, and Sasha gets a blind tag on Dana, and it's Alexa and Sasha. Here we go. Alexa slaps Sasha pretty hard, and Sasha, and she had a drop kick on Sasha, and Alexa goes off on her, but then Bayley tags in. Bayley with forearms Alexa with forearms to Bayley and Sasha. Alexa sends Sasha into the turnbuckles, but Bayley knocks her off. And then Sasha hits a double knee strike, and Bayley takes the control of Alexa for a while. Bayley makes the tag, and Sasha tags in, and then Sasha beats up Alexa, dominates Sasha, basically takes control of Alexa for a while, puts her in a reverse chin lock. That's probably the thumbnail of this video. Sasha with a drop kick for a near fall. Alexa with an elbow, and then Bayley knocks Dana Brooke off the apron. Sasha is sent to Lacey Evans as they all fall off the apron. And this is the big spot where Nikki Cross hits a crossbody onto Dana, Bayley, and Lacey. Sasha sends Nikki to the ring steps, and then we go to commercial. We're back with Sasha with a double knee drop, but Dana with a shoulder tackle. Dana sends Bayley into the corner. Sasha and Bayley take it to Dana for a while. Bayley sends it tagged in. Eventually, what you have is Dana Brooke and Lacey Evans fight, and during this, Bayley took a cheap shot at Alexa and Nikki, and that took them out of the match. So Alexa and Nikki were in the match too long. They were in the afterthought, obviously. Lacey and Bayley are in there, and eventually Bayley hits a Bayley to the suplex, but Dana Brooke breaks it up. Alexa and Nikki get in the ring. Nikki with a neck breaker to Dana, followed by an STO to Dana. To Lacey. Bayley and Sasha then hit like a double hip toss to Nikki and takes her out, and Alexa is thrown out of the match. Sasha tags in, then of course it goes to Lacey and Sasha. Lacey Evans with the woman's right knocks out Sasha Banks, and then Dana Brooke, I'm convinced might have broke Sasha Banks' rib. She hits her with a brutal swanton bomb. It looks so painful. Dana pins Sasha, and Sasha loses to Dana Brooke, but holy shit, she ended up broken her ribs. So Lacey and Dana with the win, and I assume they get a tag team title match soon. Also, Alexa and Sasha didn't kill each other, so that's good. Actually, I don't know if they still hate because I saw them on Instagram. They took a picture together like at this WWE 2K20 event. I don't know if they still have heat. It's weird. I've been documenting that for 3 years. Go back and watch my first LRMania video. I'll tell you. Anyway, they show what happened last week at Dolph Ziggler, what he did to Mandy Rose's fruitcake that she received from Otis. Mandy stops by to say hello to Otis. Otis is still sad. He's like curling a keg, which was funny. And then Tucker says they have a match. So they leave, and Mandy looks a little concerned after what Dolph did to him. Miz is in the back, and he sees New Day, and they offer him pancakes, and all of a sudden Miz gets mad at Kofi. I don't know if Biggie like almost said the N-word, like as a joke. I think he's funny, but Mrs. Maddie smashes the big platter of pancakes to the ground, which, thank you. Hopefully we never have to see those fucking pancakes again. And Kofi gets angry, Biggie gets angry, and Kofi challenges Miz to a match. We get a match. And we go to Elias in the ring. He says he does not like, there's things he does not like about WWE, and he goes on to do an Elias segment. I'm just not a fan. I think this is kind of boring. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it. So they show Scott, Dawson, Dash Wilder talking what they've gone through. They go to the back, and Scott, they come out to the back, and Scott says he wants to know how stupid this gimmick is. And what they have them, since they're on commentary, they really rip into them and about how unhappy they are. It's basically their fans. I think they're like portraying internet fans complaining about WWE. So Shorty G is with them. This is before they went on commentary. Shorty G is with them, and he says you have to be comfortable in your own skin. It is what it is. Shorty G faces Dash Wilder in a match. I think you had a Dawson on commentary. That's where I got that from. And after the match, Scott Dawson attacks Shorty G, and then they hit a shatter machine. All of a sudden, the lights go out, and Sheamus is back. Wilder and Dawson push Shorty at Sheamus as they leave the ring, and then Sheamus hits a bro kick to Shorty G, so I guess Sheamus is a heel. Boring Sheamus. I may as well just have him as a face, but he's like the old Sheamus, like when he first debuted in 2010, like 10 years ago. That's the old Sheamus. No more of like the guy with the earrings. No more "you look stupid" chants. Up next, Kofi Kingston with Big E against The Miz. This is a quick match, not too long. So the storyline is The Miz is turning heel. The Fiend has gone so far in The Miz's head that he's heel, and he's going to cost Daniel Bryan the title at the Royal Rumble. That's exactly where this is going. He's definitely costing Daniel Bryan the title. Kofi pins him quickly with a roll-up. After the match, Miz attacks him from behind. Big E stops him, and Miz just freaks out on the ramp. They go backstage, and we see Kathy Kelly there, which is always great. And she is with Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns, and she's standing in between them, and they're basically doing like, she's there in the background in the middle, and they're almost doing like this WrestleMania stare down, and they're teasing a match for WrestleMania. Daniel Bryan is saying he's going to beat the Fiend at the Royal Rumble, and then Roman says he'll be entering the Rumble, and when he wins, the main event of WrestleMania will be Roman Reigns against Daniel Bryan, and Roman says he's been waiting for this for a long time. Not happening. We're gonna get the Fiend and Roman Reigns, but since Roman already says he's winning the Rumble, he's winning the Rumble. Roman Reigns is winning the Royal Rumble in 2020, and then the Fiend's gonna beat Daniel Bryan after Miz costs Daniel Bryan the match, and it's gonna lead to the Fiend against Roman Reigns for the Universal title, and Roman Reigns will be the one who slays the Fiend in another major WrestleMania loss for Bray Wyatt. That's where we're heading. We all know that. We are back, and Kathy Kelly's backstage, and she's at the Miz's door, and all of a sudden John Morrison walks out, and which is kind of cool. Kathy wants a word with John Morrison, but he says the Miz has nothing to say. So, yeah, Miz and Morrison, I guess they reunite and become heels again. Drew Gulak out. No one cares about this. Otis against Drew Gulak. Quick match. Otis kills Drew Gulak. Nice win for Otis. So. And during the match, it showed Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville talking, and Sonya is talking to me. And I'm going to keep mentioning that stupid Raw segment that should have been Otis, Mandy, and Sonya. Mandy marries Otis. That can go on for a couple more months. Do it like before WrestleMania time, not at WrestleMania, but during WrestleMania time. Otis marries Mandy. All of a sudden, does anyone object? Sonya comes out and she tells Mandy Rose that she loves her and she kisses her. And that's what they should have done instead of this fucking Liv Morgan Lana trash. But yeah, they did that. I'm going to keep bitching about that for like the next year, because they're not going to do that twice. But man, they fucked up there. Otis won. So yeah, Braun Strowman walks in the back. Faces Cesaro. Cesaro's a jobber. Tim Nakamura and Sami Zayn are a team now. A jobber team. They probably wish they were competing Later tonight in Japan for Wrestle Kingdom, which I'm going to review soon. So, hey, tonight, a lot of night of wrestling. That show starts in a few hours. Strowman beats Cesaro. No shit. Who's going to win that? After the match, Nakamura hits a Kinshasa to Strowman, so they get some revenge. We get a match announced for next week. It's Lacey Evans against Sasha Banks. Now, finally, main event. Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan against Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin. So, yeah, this was a match. We're having a match. All of a sudden, we see the lights flicker and the Fiend laugh. And we go to commercial, so that's how we get back. We go to back, and Miz and Bryan are fighting them off. They're facing Ziggler and Corbin. And what happens is the lights flicker. They go a second time after Daniel Bryan's on the outside. And all of a sudden, there's just like the Fiend comes out of nowhere. And he hits a mandible claw. And then he sends Daniel Bryan through the ringside barrier. And then he hits the mandible claw while he's down. Lights go out again. Roman Reigns checks on Daniel Bryan, who's been destroyed. And then all of a sudden, Dolph Ziggler and Corbin attack Roman. They give him handcuffs. They tie him up and they get the fucking dog food. Oh, the dog food out. And however, he is saved by the returning Usos. They make their big return to WWE. They're back from rehab. I assume Naomi's probably going to be back too. But hey, aren't the Usos on Raw? I don't get that. Usos are supposed to be on Raw. Hey, I guess they're on SmackDown now. But Naomi, anyway, they come out. They fight them off. They do a big dive, and they save their cousin. And the Usos and Roman stand tall, and the Usos officially back into WWE. So that was SmackDown for tonight. I thought it was a good show. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun show to watch. It was a good, enjoyable show. This is the kind of show you want. Good wrestling on it. So, the stuff backstage isn't too bad, and I thought it was good. And I'll see you later for my review of Wrestle Kingdom.